Cheers to the
yeah.
weekend. When I sip, you sip.
You get hearing aids.
Smash that like button.
You get the roach killer. You
That's right.
get the hearing aids.
You get the steering wheel. Long story short, it's like Christmas for a lot of weird stuff.
It is the weirdest.
We're not one to talk. We met on a cruise.
Yes, we did. I honestly think that that's one of life's biggest lies, is that at some point you figure it out.
Yeah.
And everybody always looks like they have it together.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do I not?
I think that's profound, though. I think that's profound. That's life's biggest lie, is that at some point you make it.
Yeah.
It's AI on AI action.
Yeah.
And nobody's actually doing anything.
This was on their wall for a long time. It said, there's two things you need to give your children. One is roots and one is wings.
That hit home with me, for sure.
Yeah.
Roots and wings.
Roots and wings.
Totally.
And it's like, am I going to be strong enough to make sure that they have the wings?
Yeah. But the key for me on those wings is that they carry them home, too. I mean, I'm happy to do a cha-cha slide.
Okay, I think we've just solidified we're both a little uppity, and that's okay.
Instead of the chaos train, it's the uppity train.
The uppity train.
Yeah. It's the first class steerage.
We're not first class.
That's right. We're first class steerage.
We're first class steerage.
You throw out a lot of Minnesota radio names.
I have never.
I don't know that guy. That's a Minnesota thing.
This is not a Garrison Keillor thing.
See, another name nobody knows.
No, not
unless you're from Minnesota.
No. And it was very lonely. I can still picture myself laying in the bottom bunk in my dorm room in Birch Hall at the University of Iowa and just being scared and lonely.
Yeah.
But knowing I had to do it.
But we're just still 25-year-olds trying to figure our way in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And although we have a couple of things figured out, and we've
All right, until next time.
at a medium pace.
Welcome to the Mr. and Mrs. Inglis Podcast. I'm Megan.
And I'm Shaen. We're here to talk about the wild ride of raising kids, growing careers, keeping life together in the middle of all the chaos.
So buckle up, because we're all in this crazy journey together.
Eminem. Morning Mayhem. I get a minute. Tater tots, la la land. Tater tots, la la land.
Oh, wow, we added land and tater tots.
L's are good.
Oh, well,
I've noticed, yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, and I do like your mayhem.
Morning Mayhem.
Morning mayhem.
Yeah.
It really does fit.
Yeah. I don't, that's that's my brain. Again, messing up words all the time. Regular watchers of this know that I do struggle to find words and mash up words all the time.
I don't think you do it that often. I don't think you do it nearly as much as you think you do.
You've always said that, but
Yeah.
maybe everybody notices their own mess ups more than other people do sometimes. But
Probably.
I'm always well aware of it. It's top of mind.
I know. Mine usually then I kind of have that pause as I'm trying to think of what is the right phrase. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cheers
Cheers.
to a holiday weekend. So here, we got to get in here because when we put these on like TikToks, I need your like face in here a little bit
Yeah.
because they can't see us. Oh, there it is. All right, that's fine. That was really good for the listeners.
Oh, I'm sure.
I need to do that at the very beginning, like when I first do tater tots. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to put like a cover for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise,
Okay.
our phones dinging away. People are sending us texts.
I know. It's good. We so it's been a strange weekend, even though holiday weekend, but with our daughter being away for her first like trip with another family. We're actually getting pictures of them right now. That's why it's dinging away. And I'm fighting every urge like to not look at the pictures and see what they're doing.
Yeah, they've had a fun trip.
They really have.
But it's one of those ones where we're talking about where it's just, we're happy that she's getting to do it because we did that as kids, right? Either
Yeah.
we went with friends or we had friends come with us at times.
Yeah.
But it's when your own kids,
Yeah.
it's sad.
I know. Like I think your brothers feel a little lost.
We miss our middle. We miss our daughter no matter what. Yesterday was okay though because it was a nice day outside. We're all
Yeah.
at the pool.
Yeah.
Did a couple of things here and there, but it was a really fun day. You know, games at night and whatnot. So that was fun.
Yes.
we're stuck inside today because it's rainy and thunderstorm.
Literally, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's thundering right now.
I can hear it. I don't know if they can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think now that we're inside and we're one man down.
I know.
I think
It's
it is
really
sad.
sad.
Yeah.
It is. I miss her. I know she's having a good time. I know she is just having a blast and laughing and getting to do all kinds of cool things, but there's an emptiness that's kind of left at home.
Yeah. First off, I'm just heating up my. We haven't cheersed yet. We've got these sippers,
Yeah.
and I'm just heating it up, holding it because I haven't cheersed you. So cheers to the
yeah.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, take a sip. It's a drinking game.
Yeah, I know.
When I sip, you sip. It's a song too.
Yeah, what is that? I sip.
When
you
I
sip.
dip, you dip. You know it?
Kinda like, yeah. I probably did that on a cruise at some point, right?
Yeah.
Similar like the cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we are going on a cruise this summer,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but it's not the cruise that we could talk about our cruise a little bit, but it's not the cruise that some of the families went on. One of the families went on the soccer team.
Yes. Oh man.
Which you talk about the cha-cha and everybody up top dancing, line dancing. Because I've seen some of these reels where cruises are just like old school block party,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Which would have been fun at a point in my life.
Yes. I don't think we're there anymore.
I'm just not sure I'm at that point in my life anymore where I'm ready to get up and do I'm happy to do a cha-cha slide.
Heck yeah. I mean, you just heard I just heard our youngest doing the cha-cha slide up in his bathroom the other day after the shower, and I was like, wow, it's 9:30 and we're cha-cha sliding. But
Nice.
still, yeah, it hopefully isn't quite like
Yeah, but they were going on, what was theirs? There was like a 3-nighter or something.
It was a 3-nighter, and it was her mother-in-law's like 90th birthday party, and it was almost like a booze cruise, just overnight.
Yeah.
And it's wild. I mean, it's like a party ship. And they were just like, what are we going to do with our 90 or 95-year-old mother? But it's the one she wanted to go on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny that it's a booze cruise. And, like I said, you just get to a certain age. Like the booze cruise is not, I mean, we're not one to talk. We met on a cruise.
Yes, we did.
It wasn't a booze. I guess it was a booze cruise probably because it was a carnival.
Kind of. It was.
Almost 20 years ago.
Yeah. No, it was 20 years ago.
You're right. It was 20 years ago.
20 years ago last month.
That's right. That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
So maybe a lot has changed at Carnival since we were there. But
yeah. I don't remember it being that. I mean, obviously there was drinking. I mean, we were well into our 20s. But I don't recall it being...
There's just a difference between like a block party and
Yeah.
like celebrating the fact that you're, casting off on a, 7-night cruise.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me.
It was a total... Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be judgmental about this. I just think as you mature,
Right.
there's some things that you're just not as much into.
I totally agree. And getting blasted on a cruise ship is one of those things.
Getting blasted on.
Not that we got blasted, but you hear stories about, well, I mean, we saw plenty of people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on the cruises that we've taken, we've seen plenty of people who it was like, whoa, you were overserved.
Yeah. We've only been on 2 cruises. The one that we met on down in the Caribbean,
Yep.
which was a what? Western Caribbean?
Western.
Yeah, I think it was
you're
Western
right.
Caribbean. And then on our honeymoon, we went on a Hawaiian Islands cruise that
Yes.
left from the mainland,
Yes.
California.
And that one I thought was really uppity. Like, I didn't, I don't know if
Oh, you're right.
apparently
Yeah,
I
that one.
needed that move to make it uppity. That one I don't feel like had any of that.
So So you're saying we fit much more into the uppity cruises now? Wow.
Okay, if the shoe fits.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're really painting a picture. Last week, it's like, I'm not going to camp. I'm an indoor gal, kind
Yep,
of gal.
yep, mhm.
Now it's, I prefer the uppity cruises.
For the uppity cruises. Well, I mean, I do remember the guy who was super drunk and he like fell off of a dock and broke his leg and then he walked around. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just
He was like the class clown, but he was the
Yes.
cruise clown.
he was.
Everybody knew that guy.
Everybody knew that guy.
He was everywhere.
Yes, he's actually in some of our pictures. We don't know this man just for the record, we have no idea who he was, but like everybody knew of him on the cruise because he was the life of the party.
Life of the party. He was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Until he was too drunk and he fell off a dock and broke his leg.
Yes, and even then, he was still like splinted because they couldn't cast him. Still just drinking up a storm.
Do you remember how much he sweat?
I don't recall that. I probably blocked that out.
Oh, he was
I got that close.
just drenched in sweat the whole time.
Yeah, he was. I mean, but he was always like, even in the, because they got a wheelchair, right? I remember him on the dance floor in a wheelchair because he didn't now have a cast on his fully broken leg.
Yeah.
And yet, still drinking.
Wow.
That's the type of like thing that we tend to avoid now on cruises.
And then.
I guess and then.
Now and then. Yeah.
Now and then.
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So the cruise that we're going on, we just spent this holiday weekend. We spent hours and hours and hours, kind of rebooking our excursions.
Yes.
So.
I mean, almost every excursion we rebooked, but now it's all. I mean, every excursion is planned at this point.
It is. It's better planned.
Yes.
Because I've been nervous that we're getting closer and closer to it, and we don't have everything kind of nailed down. I don't want to show up and be like, it's all going to turn out great, and we can't get a cabana, we can't get a beach, we can't. I don't like to be the family that didn't get the perk.
Yeah.
Or in the front of the line or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's a little uppity too. I don't know. It comes with maturity. Comes with maturity, I guess.
Okay, I think we've just solidified we're both a little uppity, and that's okay.
So, yeah.
That's why we fit together so well.
Yeah, that's right. So we're changing maybe the quote for the show. Mr. and Mrs., instead of the chaos train, it's the uppity train.
It's the uppity train.
Yeah. It's the first class steerage.
It's the first class steerage. That might be the best. Because it's definitely not first class.
That's right.
We're not first class.
That's right. We're first class steerage.
We're first class steerage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, so that's been fun getting all that kind of. Now I'm really looking forward to it. Now it's going to be incredible. I've never been over to Italy. We're going to hit like 4 or 5 countries. Yeah. It's an 11-day cruise, so the kids are going to enjoy it. It's going to be a go vacation, and we're not goers.
We're not goers. We did plan, I think, a couple excursions where it's a little more chill that day.
Yeah.
It's like
a couple boat outings, like when you get there, we'll go on a boat and swim here or there, a couple beach,
and then a couple where it's just like, hey, we're hitting this archaeological site and then to this one and then to this one, and we're going to grab lunch in between. I mean, those are the days that we're going to be like, I'm so tired.
But I know it's going to happen. I mean, our youngest is still young.
Yes.
And I'll never forget, I probably have already told this story on this, but when I went to the Middle East when I was 21, and I was just taken aback by the history of it, how old it was, the architecture. I mean, it's just, to me, it just hits you, like a 30-foot wave of just the cultural, historical significance of what you're standing in, just everything that's come before you, and that, it's incredible. And then I look over, and there's these 18-year-olds who are just picking apart this 4,000-year-old, fence or stone wall, like knocking a brick off of it. I'm like, are you stinking kidding me? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, I'll slap the heck out of our kids. I won't, but I'll slap our kids if they were to do something like that. But I know we're going to hear the first church is going to be really cool, right? Like, whoa, that's incredible. Yeah. The third church,
he's going to be like, okay, we've seen a lot of churches.
They're going to be so bored.
I know.
So bored.
Well, that's one of the cool things. I think if I'm looking back at every port, it's almost like we don't have too many days of that sightseeing or archaeological or like church things, like, where it's more just city. Yeah. Looking at sites. We don't have too many of those in a row because then they're broken up by, we're going to be on a catamaran and going snorkeling the following day. And
right.
So I'm hoping that helps.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I talking about being uppity and all that. Since we're on a large ship with, 3,000 of our best friends, it's just We talked about it when we were at the soccer game.
Yeah.
When there was like 60,000 of our best
Oh my
friends on
gosh, there were so many people there.
there. But those big crowds and stuff, getting on and off the boat and waiting in line and, people that are just not thinking of other people.
Yep.
I'm just going to have to either grow some patience because I don't have patience. I was not blessed with patience.
That is the virtue you do not have.
That's the virtue I do not possess. I've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just need to drink a lot. So.
Let's do a little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
After that?
I guess you'll bring the patience and I'll bring the drinking.
Yeah, that works.
That's how it always works.
That's how it always works. I mean, we're going to classic wine places, right? You have Greece, you have Italy, you have France. Like
Yeah.
Sicily. There's going to be.
It's going to be incredible.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be incredible. And there will be good wine.
There will be.
There will be. The kids did tell me, they're like, Mom, you can't go to the wineries. I was like, all right. I mean, guess I'll have to go back to go to those.
We will go back for those, but we didn't even consider going to those. Trying to do
No.
fun things.
We're trying to do fun things and
Yeah.
things that the kids would enjoy as well.
Right.
This isn't a Shaen and Meghan vacation. We'd probably do things a little differently on a vacation for just us.
This is a very go vacation though, but the reason I brought up the one in Hawaii was because that was really nice. I had never been to Hawaii before that.
I had neither.
And so that trip, we went to 4 of the islands
Yeah,
and then back to maybe 1 or 2 of them on the way back.
correct. Yeah.
So we got to disembark on every one of those and, explore them. But it was a great way just to kind of get to know each island because they're all so different out there, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we knew kind of what we wanted to do when we went back. And so I think this is a little similar over there. Okay, I want to do this. We're going to see all these spots. Like when we go to Cairns. How do you say it? Cairns or Cons?
Cans.
It's Cairns.
I think it's can. Yeah, can. Cans.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Can. Is it from Can? From
Sure.
Cairns?
Why not?
Yeah. But we're going up to Nice, up to
Monaco.
Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing, just seeing all those places and putting eyeballs on them and, putting your feet, then you'll know, like, I want to go back,
Yeah.
to Nice. It was incredible.
Right.
Or just some of the places on the Sicilian coast. And
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be incredible. One of the places, just as we were researching, Malta is the one I'm like, this one might be one. I'm actually, Malta was one of those where I was like, oh, it might be an easy day, whatever.
Yeah.
Go back to the ship early. After we started doing the research, Malta seems incredible. We'll see. We'll have to do a Rick Steves style like podcast afterward.
I don't know who Rick Steve is.
Oh, he's like a big travel guy.
Is or was?
That's a good question. I don't know. I thought he still did it.
Oh, I've never heard of him. Is he from Minnesota radio?
No,
You throw out a lot of Minnesota radio names. I'm like,
I have never.
I don't know that guy. That's a Minnesota thing.
This is not a Garrison Keeler thing. No,
See,
Rick Steves like
another name nobody knows.
no, not
unless you're from Minnesota.
No, Rick Steves like he does a whole bunch of like travel guides and stuff like that. I don't know. The name is
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of names a lot of people I don't know. But
You can find him in the Google pretty easily. Like
I'll have to.
Yeah,
I'll
you'll have
Google
to-
him and see that.
you'll have to Google that one.
Okay.
Or
interesting.
Chat GPT it. Like
Chat GPT. Oh my gosh, that'll be a whole nother episode of just talking about these kids, this generation. I've even seen some articles about how even teachers now are using AI or A1. People that aren't familiar, AI to like grade things even now. So
well, that's cool.
it's AI on AI action,
Yeah.
and nobody's actually doing anything.
Just sounds like a really weird porn, just for the record. AI on AI action.
I know. Well, that's why I said it that way, and you just had to put a spotlight on it. I just dropped a nice little funny, that made people go like one eyebrow up, go, I wonder if he knew he did that. Yeah, I did.
I did.
You just went there and punched it in.
I did.
Yeah. Just make sure people right in the face.
I'm going to drive that one home.
Make sure you know you got that one. No subtlety
There's no
about it.
subtlety about that one.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Although I bet people at home like me are be like, I don't really know what that means. Like,
Yeah. I wonder how many
That's what's funny
people
about it.
don't follow what we talk about. Like, okay, now they're back. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really understand what happened for the last 60 seconds or so, but I understand words now.
yeah. It's probably a lot. It's all right.
Probably a lot. It happens in this house all the time. One of my pet peeves, nobody can hear me. I repeat everything I say 3 times in this house probably. I should just automatically repeat everything I say no matter what, because every time it's like, what? Huh? What'd you say? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I am. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to say it's my tone, but it's probably nobody cares to hear it.
No, I don't know what it is, obviously. I would have changed it if I knew.
Yeah, no, not the point I'm bringing up. Switching gears, but what we kind of started on earlier was just this fact that we're spending a little bit more money on vacations right now because I know and probably you are too, I'm starting to feel that squeeze of our kids have limited time in our house.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because the sands of time.
I cannot bring myself to really think about, we have a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to think about 3 more years.
We will have.
And 3 years from right now, we're like, well, we get, not even 6, maybe 8 weeks with him in the summer before he'll go off to college.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to think about that.
I know, but we have to start doing it. And he teases me about it now. He was teasing me about it in the car the other day.
What?
Yeah, because he's like, it's only going to be 3 more years and I'm out of here. Not that he's looking forward to it, because I know once he starts thinking about it, he won't. He's still young enough that the world is overwhelming still.
Yes, yeah.
But the next 3 years will be eye-opening. But I am not ready. And I know there's people that listen to this podcast that are in the same, time of life that we're in. And they're starting to spend those last few years. Some of them have already sent their first one to college.
Yeah.
And there's people that did it 20 years ago and they have grandchildren. And, there's people that span all kinds that listen to this, but every one of us that have got to this or been through it have dealt with it because it's heart-wrenching.
It is.
But everybody says when it's time, it's time.
Yeah.
And it's not time.
It's not time.
For us. Mm-hmm. And it breaks my heart to think that there will become a time when it's like, but it's time for you to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too many adults in the house, spread your wings, all these things that everybody says.
Yeah. And, will I have the strength and wisdom to be like, I want you to go where you need to go. If they get a job in Seattle, which is a really long plane ride away from us, but because that's the best thing for him. Not because, I would, at this point in time, I would love to keep them as close to me from a proximity standpoint as possible.
Yeah.
Will I have the courage to be like, that's the best thing for you is to go there and do that?
Yep.
And I don't know, my parents did have this was on their wall for a long time. It said, there's 2 things you need to give your children. One is roots and one is wings. And it's like, I like to think we've done a pretty good job with the roots. But
this was what, scribbled in blood on the wall?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get a feel. Like, it was in a picture?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did your mom
it was
crochet it?
No, it was like a saying in nice calligraphy, and it was framed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was really nice. It was on one of the
Actually, it actually is really nice. I probably diluted it there a little bit, but that hit home with me for sure.
Yeah.
Roots and wings.
Roots and wings.
Totally.
And it's like, am I going to be strong enough to make sure that they have the wings?
Yeah. But the key for me on those wings is that they carry him home too.
I know.
Because I know our oldest, he wants to live in Colorado. He knows that.
Does.
Texas is too hot, which I agree with a lot of the time. But as I get older, we talk about it all the time. I'm freezing. I don't know that I could handle a full winter. But Colorado winters are great because it's 70 and every other day, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's not Minnesota.
It's not Minnesota. Yeah, I've never handled the cold well. Let's just, ironically.
I know. I don't know how we always come back to that. Yet you lived in Minnesota.
And Chicago.
Yeah.
And Montana.
Yeah.
And, Colorado does get cold.
Yeah.
Colder usually than here.
But you've been here for 10 years now.
I've been here for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time. Anyway, before we moved here, though, almost everywhere I had ever lived, with the exception of Las Vegas, was a cold weather climate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So But I never did like the winter. That was never my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, but I can't believe time is moving that fast.
I just wonder how other people have handled that. Because, I mean, again, I go back to everybody says when it's time, it's time.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was time for me to leave, it was a different situation. I was ready to go. Just, it was time.
Yeah.
It was time before that, unfortunately, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, when you left, was it time?
Yeah. But it didn't mean that I wasn't scared. I don't even remember if I talked about it on the podcast. Like, I remember that first night in the dorm room.
Yeah.
And my grandmother lived in the same city as I was going to college in. And so I could have spent the night just at her house with my parents because they were just staying at her house when they were dropping me off. And they're like, hey, do you want to stay at grandma's house or do you want to stay at the dorm? And I, as hard as it was, I was like, I need to stay at the dorm. And I will never forget, my roommates hadn't moved in yet. And it was very lonely. I can still picture myself laying in the bottom bunk in my dorm room in Burge Hall at the University of Iowa and just being scared and lonely.
Yeah.
But knowing I had to do it.
Yeah. So it was kind of like the baby bird. You got to take that step out of the nest,
Mm-hmm.
even though you're never going to fall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what you hope you parents have prepared you, and that's what we hope we have prepared our children for that. And we've got 3 more years, and our kids are doing well, but there's things I'm like, there's no way they're ready now. They need those 3 years.
They need those 3 years. Although I wonder if our parents thought that about us. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, whatever they don't know, I guess they'll figure out.
Yeah. I bet your parents knew you'd be fine.
I think so.
I think so. I think you've always been very just by the book, responsible, knowing Megan's going to be fine. Other than, you're 100 pounds and 5'3". That was probably the only thing they were worried about. You getting, blown away in a twister or something.
Right. Which Iowa doesn't have that many tornadoes, but hey.
A stiff breeze then.
Stiff breeze. Oh my gosh. There actually was. When it got cold, there was like between 2 of these buildings, I would go into the chemistry building and there was this super steep hill down to the river.
Okay.
And I had to walk and these 2 buildings and it was like a wind tunnel. And we would get a lot of ice storms in Iowa. And so we're talking about being blown away. I remember being like, I am going to die on this super slick hill that's just a sheet of ice with this wind blowing that I can barely stand up because it acted like a wind tunnel in here.
Yeah.
People would actually take the trays from our cafeteria and ride down the hill like a sled on those cafeteria trays.
It was so steep.
Because it was so steep, so icy, and so windy.
Yeah.
So I guess...
And the wind blew you down.
And it blew us down.
Yeah.
Go down to the river. I mean, so maybe being scared about me blowing away was valid, at least going into the chemistry building.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, we're trying to, in my mind, I feel like just really trying to make sure we hold on to these because, again, this is one of those weird things. We talk about it often on here, maybe earlier on, but with me, and I think you feel the same way with this too, but we're just still 25-year-olds trying to figure our way in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And although we have a couple of things figured out, and we've figured out a couple of things, we've done all right, we're still figuring out our lives. We're still living our lives. Like we talked about for the last 3 months, we've had a lot of doors closed on us, a lot of pathways that we thought were going to be open weren't open.
Right.
And we're working out how to maneuver that. And that's just part of life where you thought, you always think your parents had it together.
Yes.
And, I'm in my late 40s and I can't say, I've got it together.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm just smooth sailing every day. It's like you're bobbing and weaving through life.
Yeah.
Just the constant track circle, or track oval with hurdles. You just every 10 yards, there's another hurdle.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody else's lives are like that, but amid that,
Yeah.
right, trying to just navigate your own life because you don't have it all together because we still just think we feel like we're 25, but we're,
right.
Turning the corner towards 50 here in the next couple of years. And our kids are about to leave us. Talk about a change.
Yeah.
There's people that are going to be empty nesters that we're friends with.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is insane.
Yeah.
I honestly think that that's one of life's biggest lies, is that at some point you figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that is a lie that, I mean, it's life's lie to everybody, because and everybody always looks like they have it together.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
And you're like, how do I not?
Because on like social media, even now, everybody's pictures make them look like they've got it together. Like
Yes.
everybody's a billionaire,
Yeah.
riding in private jets and stuff like that.
Even as simple as filters. When you take your picture, you're like, I can put that filter on and I can look like that. Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
I've never used a filter, just for the record. If
I
you
did
see
just the other day. Remember?
Did you? Oh, yeah, you did. Not to make yourself look better, though.
No, I used a bald filter just to show what I look like being bald. It was horrible. I actually deleted the picture. It was so bad. Got to keep my hair.
Oh, I think you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Your papa had beautiful silver hair, so
Papa had
you'll be
great hair.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's profound, though. I think that's profound. That's life's biggest lie, is that at some point you make it.
Yeah.
And maybe a small handful of people do. And that's similar to, and not to get too deep into it here, but everybody's like, do what you're passionate about and you'll never work a day in your life. And that's a great goal to have.
Yeah.
And some people hit that, but I think it's the minority.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the minority. Now, you can still like what you do.
Yeah.
You can still even love what you do and the people that you work with and stuff.
Right.
But it may not be your life's passion. I might not choose to do that if someone handed me $500 million. I might choose to do something totally different because it's not my passion.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And I'm someone who I love what I do, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I give everything I can to my job.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's who I come home to
Yeah.
that is paramount.
Yeah.
And it's the reminder of why I work hard, not just because it helps provide for them, but it shows them an example of hard work and dedication and all of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know that. I don't know that anybody ever has it figured out, and even people who are living like that ideal life. You think about musicians and whatever. I mean, truly, they have to be passionate about what they do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know any of them, but you hear interviews with them and things like that of all the downsides to what they do.
Well, you were just at your convention, and
Yeah.
that guy told you he wrote a whole song about that.
Whole song about it, yeah. Yeah, he sang the song. It's a great song. Tyler Rich, I'll give a little plug for him. It was a great song. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about, he's like, you're on stage for 2 hours out of the day. This song is about the other 22 hours out of the day.
Yeah.
And it
That you're missing.
that you're missing. He's like, yeah, every big event and anyone that I love, any big event in their life, I've missed. It's like, wow, it's really sad.
Yeah. Because people just everybody just sees the sexy side of what they think success is.
Yeah.
And again, we could get really deep into this one, but I think it is important to talk through because,
Yeah.
I mean, we've been blessed in our lives.
Yes.
If someone would have told me I'd live, in a life like this,
Mm-hmm.
I would have said, "Oh my God, you're kidding me! That's fantastic."
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We've been blessed,
Yep.
but I still have conversations with you all the time that I don't know how other people do certain things afford certain things because we do well, and there's people that do way better than us.
Sure.
But I just being in finance, I have an idea of where we sit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the most part, and I can't imagine. It just blows my mind that other people do certain things, and I'm like, wow, I don't know how they're affording that.
Yeah.
Because we do well, and if we were to just show off, if we were to show all the positive parts of our life, it would probably look really good from the outset. Like we're just living this incredible
Yeah.
life. But it's not. I mean, it is great. We have a great life, but there's ups and downs in it,
Yeah.
and nobody talks about that part of it.
No one talks about it.
And that's the part I was talking about earlier. It's like I'm 48 years old, and it's like, I do have a lot figured out, but gosh, dang it, I have a lot I don't have figured out.
Yeah.
Am I a better person than I used to be? Yeah. Am I more mature? Yeah. Do I make better decisions? Yeah. All these things. Do I make more money? All these things are yeses, but that doesn't mean the top of the hill has been reached,
Yeah.
to your point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever do. I think at some point you just start getting tired of it.
Yeah.
And you're okay with what you have because the top of that hill that everybody thinks they want in this culture maybe just ends up being a little bit unattainable.
Yeah. I think part of that is, I think that's partly true.
I don't know. Maybe I'll cut all that, but
I think it's true though. It really is. And I think you're all just searching. I remember a couple years ago at Thanksgiving, we were at my parents' house. And my dad was like, he's like, I always pretended like I had it all together, but I was scared to death every day.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be a dad. I didn't know how to do what I didn't even know he was actually talking about work. And like, there's so many things where it was like, I don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out,
Yeah. Rare moment behind the curtain with your dad. I've never seen that side of him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he had that with you.
Because we were talking about how it's like, we don't have it figured out. Like, why did our parents have it figured out? And he looked at when we were talking to him. He's like, I didn't have it figured out. I still don't have it figured out.
Yeah.
Glad you all thought I did.
Yeah. And he's in his 70s now, so that's great.
Yeah.
20 more years of not having it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do have to figure out is enjoying the kids, enjoying the life that we have. I talk about it all the time. That's paramount. It's just enjoying the time we have now, as tough as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just the little moments. I think that's key.
Yeah.
But, one step forward. And I think a lot of people.
Another step forward? Not 2 steps back, right?
Just a step forward.
That's
Please
it.
don't take too many steps back. Yeah.
Stop, period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too funny.
We'll see.
Well,
Before we get there.
What else we got going on this weekend? It was Memorial Day weekend this weekend.
Yeah.
You had your first day off
I had my first 3-day weekend since Martin Luther King Jr. Day in January.
Okay.
So I am loving having a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
We've also been getting lots and lots of surprises that
that's
Amazon
that
is
one.
delivering to us.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit anxiety provoking over the last few weeks, but you called Amazon. But I'll let you get into the story.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of the story to it. We were getting a lot of packages.
A lot.
For, I'm going to say, Sam Smith. It wasn't Sam Smith. It was not our name, but to our address.
100%. Yep.
Every single one of them to our address. Packages and packages and packages.
Mm-hmm.
And I caught the Amazon guy, and I said, look, this is not me. These aren't my packages.
Yeah.
Because he was delivering like 3 more. And I said, I've got like 7 more in my garage. So I gave them all to him to take back because they're not ours. Well, the next day, those plus like 5 more showed up. He redelivered them and added like 5 more. So we have like 16 Amazon packages to Sam Smith to our address.
Our address.
Just sitting in our garage.
The guy asked you, right? Like, well, did this person used to live here? I think your response was, well, the person who lived on this property has been deceased for 5 years, so I hope not.
Yeah, I didn't say it that way, but no, okay. I told him that no, we're the only ones that have lived here, we've owned this property for 4 years now. We built a house on here. So, no, it was a vacant home before this.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So twice, though, I sent them back. Twice. And they redelivered them. So I finally called because there's some scams that could potentially happen. I don't know how they work because I can't figure out how we're getting scammed. I think Amazon or someone else is getting scammed. I don't think we're getting scammed.
I hope not.
We're just the beneficiaries of just getting all these things. So I called Amazon, and they're like, they looked it up. They looked up the tracking number because I'm not the account holder. They can't verify it. And she said, well, at this point, we appreciate you calling in and letting us know and being honest about it. But you can just open the packages and donate them to whoever might need them. And when this other person calls in and realizes that there's a problem, because backtracking here.
This is what's crazy. Like, Amazon is quick to deliver. This has been going on for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, and some of these things are like high. Now that I've opened the boxes.
Because we hadn't.
Because we had not up until last night, really.
Right.
And if these things had not showed up within a day or two at my house after having said delivered, if the dog food says it's delivered and it's not sitting on our doorstop, I'm questioning where it's at.
Right.
Like, do they stuff it in the mailbox? Or is it across the street?
Yeah. Where's the dog food?
Right. And that's not a high value item.
No. Mm-mm.
But there were some high value items, not super high, but just some nicer items.
Nicer items.
That I would be wondering where they were when they say they're delivered.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, it's like Christmas for a lot of weird stuff.
It is the weirdest.
We got another one today, which was an automatic ear cleansing system for Sam Smith.
I don't know what. Sam Smith is actually a singer. Maybe we should have picked a different name.
That's fine.
Anyway,
it's very general.
Our Sam Smith, I don't know what is wrong with his ears or why you would ever want to clean your ears with this thing. It's like a massive thing that goes. I was reading it. I was like, what is that? It's a whole contraption that goes to the side of your head and somehow cleans your ear.
Yeah, but we've got so many weird things. So many weird things. One's like a steering wheel to a car. One's a solar fans. A couple DeWalt batteries, which are like expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of just weird little things. And they keep coming, so.
How many have been delivered just today?
Just the one, because they actually delivered ours.
Oh, okay.
But that was the ear one, the ear cleansing one. So
yeah. Oh, I thought there was another one that was on the step or out on the front door when you came out. But
oh, there was. I haven't opened it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There is another one there.
We have another one. Yay. I mean, it's like, what weird item are we gonna get now?
And is there a list I can put like my wants on, like a wish list instead? Because some of these are worthless. I have a good wish list.
Okay, and that's the other thing, because the lady was like, you can just donate them. Who's going to want an automatic
Guess
ear
what,
cleaner?
family? No more checks for Christmas this year.
Oh, my gosh.
You guys are getting some good Amazon redeliveries.
You're getting the roach killer.
Yeah.
We got
the supersonic something killer, yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. I'm like, white elephant gifts.
Automatic bird feeder.
Yeah.
2 personal, what are they? Air conditioning units. We actually have one of those.
We actually do. But now we
never used it. Now we have 3. So everybody can have their own like personal one around a chain or something. Anyway, so that's been fun. So we'll see. Hopefully that just keeps on coming. That's the gift that doesn't stop giving. Clark.
It's better than the Jelly of the Month Club.
Better than the Jelly of the Month Club.
I don't really even know what to do with this stuff.
I know. I will donate quite a bit of it because I don't need any of it, really.
Right. But where do you go to
Some
donate
of it's
this?
so weird.
Like, I just, if you're going to a place where, Goodwill or, a place where you can get donated items, are you really getting an automatic ear cleaner?
Oh, one of them's a really nice pair of hearing aids. So if anybody needs hearing aids, hit us up. Maybe these are our freebie giveaways for like some sort of podcast thing that we do. We'll do some sort of contest when we're on the cruise ship, right?
Yeah.
And these are like our freebies that people get. Like,
you get hearing aids.
Smash that like button.
You get the roach killer. You
That's
get
right.
the hearing aids.
You get the steering wheel.
Like a steering wheel?
It's like for a nice car. I bet that one's probably that one's worth the most money.
That one might be weirder than the ear cleaner. What do you do with the steering wheel?
It looks like a sports car steering wheel, like aftermarket one.
Did people change their steering wheels?
Apparently. There's also, we also got like a brake fluid bleeding system.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you need that too, hit me up.
Just
if you're working on cars.
DM us or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, DM. Man, you sound so in the end.
Techy.
All right. Well, let's start wrapping this one up.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, that was a fun one. So we'll see. I don't know. It's the oddest thing. It feels wrong. Lastly, I told her. I did say to the Amazon lady, like, I just want to be sure I'm doing the right thing here.
Yes.
Because I don't know what to do with these packages. They are not mine.
They are not yours.
And she said, we appreciate your honesty. A lot of people may not have called in and said this, but we'll take care of him when he calls in. As of right now, those packages, you can donate to whoever might need them. So,
well, if anybody needs the items that we referenced.
Yeah, if you guys have really dirty ears, we're happy to donate that.
Absolutely.
So
it is all yours.
No pictures for that, though. Just we'll trust you.
Yeah, we don't need proof. Just like we don't need proof that you need a steering wheel. Like, just let us know. It's sitting in our garage at this point, just taking up space.
I might put that one on I was gonna say YouTube, not YouTube. What's the eBay? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that one on eBay. Could be
Okay.
like $500, and they don't do a $500 cash prize.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, let's come up with our endings.
Okay. Got our word for the week.
All right, so we're gonna come up with our word. Everybody come up with your word too. This just sums up our last week, right? See if anybody gets the same thing that we do.
Yeah.
Megs and I on the third episode got the same exact word,
Yeah.
which was
Exact same
pretty
word.
crazy, and we haven't done it since. But I might cheat a little bit on this one and put a hyphen in one of my words. So I
Okay.
just checked with the rule guy, and he's okaying it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so here we go. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Check the
Summertime.
box.
Check the box.
Is that hyphen?
No, I like that. We're checking a lot of boxes.
Checking a lot of boxes off. I've had a lot of to-do list items done.
Yeah, you did.
Vacation to-do list items.
Yeah.
Items.
Yeah.
Going to Oregon for the track meet with,
Yeah.
with our daughter.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah.
checking the boxes this
Yeah.
week.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like summertime. So, I mean, we're thinking about the same stuff because mine was like summertime and all the plans that you're making and all the fun
Yeah.
stuff that you're doing. I mean, all the check the boxes things have all been fun things that we've been
Yeah.
planning for.
And it felt a little bit summertime-ish yesterday because we really kind of just sat outside by the pool.
Yeah.
We had some to-dos here and there, but we spent more time at the pool than we have in a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were at
Backyard.
the pool. We were we were sitting there outside and doing a lot of the to-dos, right? Like,
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
I love it.
All right. Well, what are we looking forward to this next week? No school. First full week without. Well, I guess it's not even a full week. It's a short work week.
Yep.
but all the kids are home, so hopefully that won't be too chaotic.
Yeah.
Get outside.
Get outside. Go play. Oh, it'll be fun.
Get your touches in.
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be looking forward to having our daughter back.
You don't travel. Do you travel next week, or is it 2 weeks that you travel?
2 weeks.
All right.
And we still have a little while there, but
Good.
yeah,
Good.
short week.
Yep.
And it's just the summer pace. Like, we still have practices at night and things like that, but it's still the summer pace.
At a medium pace.
Oh, I love that Adam Sandler. All out there. They're all gonna laugh at you.
I always like that. You did it twice. Like I throw out a joke, so either my joke is an inside joke too much or not funny enough that you always explain it like, that was Adam Sandler, everybody.
Just reinforcing that I thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
Adam Sandler is funny, so I love the throwback to him. It was great.
It is funny. Yeah. All right. Well, let's say goodbye. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciate you guys tuning in.
All right, until next time.
Till next time. See ya.
See ya.